Hello, team, and welcome to episode 43, an encounter starting with you. I received this present from a student of mine. Thank you, Ms. Julia, and I loved it. I think it's a great, easy way to engage your friends, your family in some fun English practice. Specifically, tell me if this has happened to you. You're speaking, you're telling a story, you're talking, like, oh, wait, how do I say that? How do I say that? And then afterwards, like, oh my God, how did I not remember that? And this mental agility, this ability to pick words out of our vocabulary pool, it's something that can be trained because my classes nowadays, they are all here in this square. But sometimes, when we're in real life, we have these different stimulus that can really become a distraction and our English level goes down. So personally, I think there is a lot of value in practicing in an informal situation where there are really no repercussions if you get something wrong. If you miss one, go to the next one. So it's not a problem. So that when real life offers you a situation that's important, you're fine, you're good, you're golden. And team, we'll be talking about that and the value of real life practice in English. So let's go see what we've got. The warm up this week, the game's called Splurt, right here. I have bucks too. And the warm up this week was just learning how to play. It's a 1 minute video. It explains it pretty clearly. It's not a complicated game. Show you one side, an item in a suitcase, and then flip the card, beginning with W, an item in a suitcase. Beginning with W, a watch maybe, a water bottle since we can't carry it on the plane, a wrench if you're a mechanic. But you need to say something as fast as you can. You need to splurt it out. So it's a game that will challenge your speed with your vocabulary, your mental agility, and I think it's a light way to practice. So your first question, what is the strangest place you've practiced English from? All right. What would be the number one benefit for you to go to an English meetup? We will be having one of these on Friday. And it's always a fun moment for me to see my students off the screen. And our game is called, whoops, I gave you too much information. But our game is called Splurt. And of course, the best way to practice is to actually buy the cards. It's pretty cheap. I have the link right here. But if you don't want to, fine as well. And you can just make up clues. You'll see how to do it in a second. Or something that I did, I used ChatGPT and I asked it to make some clues. I sent a PDF with the rules and I said, using this format, make some questions, and it worked. But my challenge for my students was to answer these 20 questions below in 5 minutes. I might have dosed it incorrectly because nobody finished all 20, but the record stands at 17. Team Abilio, Miss Carol, Mr. Masu, they did a great job. So if you can beat 17, you will be the new record holder. I'm going to go quickly through this part so you don't see the clues. And what game have you enjoyed playing and would like to play again? Team, I've already started my planning for, well, the end of the year, it's pretty much set, but for next year. So I'd like to know which games you enjoyed. And what are the benefits of playing a game like Splurt? I think our mental agility, our vocabulary, and just building our relationship with English so that we associate it with having fun. And here's our invitation for the fourth Gringo meetup. I said third originally, but it is the fourth. I forgot about the Rio edition. And join us at Hofbrauhaus BH on Friday. And I'll give you 5 reasons why you should go. Number 1, practice your English off screen. Number 2, you'll meet some cool people. Number 3, you'll grab an excellent beer at an even better price. It is happy hour, 50% off. You'll receive a first edition Gringo Minute mug with our collaboration with Jack Daniels. And you'll start the weekend with a new experience and a win. What do I mean by this? It's like going for a workout. Sometimes I don't really want to go, but after you finish it, you feel good. Most situations that leave us a bit anxious, on the other side of it, when you're finished, you feel really good. Like, I accomplished something. So you will leave this with a win. Let me see. Let me pick another one. What type of event would most interest you? Guys, I am trying to create some more of these English experiences away from the screen, mostly so I can get up off of this chair. But what would be interesting for you? Think about it, because maybe what I find interesting is different than what you find interesting. So I need to hear from you guys. Our talking point, real life English practice. Here, you're in the square, you're in a relaxed place, you're usually at home, you don't need to worry about too much, you don't even need to wear pants. So there's a lot of advantages. But it also doesn't prepare us 100% for real life. The same way that if some soccer players decided that they only wanted to play indoor soccer to practice, it has a ball, there's a goal, there's some defenders, they might improve, but it's not exactly the same as playing on a soccer field. So always try to simulate the real experience as much as possible. And for that, you should have some active practice outside of this square. Our skill focus, arriving prepared. This is not just for English class, but since we work with English, I picked some things that I think you should be comfortable doing, things that should be easy before you arrive at a place where the conversation can go in any direction. I organize our classes. You know what we will be talking about, so it's kind of directed towards a theme. But in real life, conversations can go anywhere, and some things you should already instantly be able to do. Introducing yourself, not just that initial "Hi, I'm John" introduction, but you should be able to talk about your interests, things that you like, things that represent you well, your hobbies, your favorite soccer team, where you're from, these details, your job, definitely. So these things, they should be easy. It's not something you should be freestyling in the moment. Asking about interests. Team, you're feeling a little bit nervous, ask a question, because then all of a sudden the spotlight shifts from me to the person you asked. It's a great way to get some breathing room. Magic words, with kids, we say that the magic words are please and thank you. But with English practice, the magic words are and you. You don't have anything to say, you're getting a little bit lost, and you, all of a sudden, poof, the attention's on the other person, the responsibility for carrying the conversation. Asking and talking about why you are improving your English. This is specific to this meetup, but everybody there is in the process of improving their English. Everybody has made silly mistakes. Everybody is there to improve. Everybody there understands if somebody doesn't know a word or two. So something that you should feel comfortable is asking, talking about your English experience, and asking for clarification. If you stop somebody in the middle of the street in New York and ask for directions, they might be in a rush. They might have their life to worry about, might not be that patient. But there, people understand. So you should feel comfortable asking for clarification. Last up, talking about what you have been curious about. I love when I ask a question and I see my students, they want to offer information. I think it's people's most amazing, beautiful version. And I think what we like changes a lot, but what we are curious about at the moment is a good indicator of what you want to talk about. And it's usually pretty cool to see people talking about what makes them curious. Team, if I forgot anything else, let me know. What else is important when going to one of these meetups? And Mr. Chris Voss, he says, when the pressure is on, you don't rise to the occasion. You fail to your highest level of preparation. So do you agree or disagree with this quote? Why or why not? And I help a lot of people with interviews, for example, in English, or a presentation. And there is a clear separation between those who prepare little by little and those, sorry, I need to cover the answers for the activity above, and those who at the last minute, they try to figure it all out. So don't be the second group. If something's important to you, treat it accordingly and prepare same level of dedication, of your wanting for this to be successful. All right. I have a dad joke here. Mr. Brano, he left us with a good one, but I'm not going to lower my screen because I left some answers to the activity above. But I will try to deliver his joke with the same ability that he did in class. What did 0 say to 8. Nice belt, dude. So I like this dad joke. Thank you, Mr. Breno, and I'll leave you with that. Team, like always, thank you, and I hope to see you in class.